Finding the next perfect video to script write around and to film can feel like a lot, especially if you don't have an audience to even understand what it is that they like yet. But in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 5 tips I have when it comes to figuring out your next great new video ideas. Especially if you are a new channel and you don't quite have an audience to engage with yet to know what it is that they want. Businesses are paid on how well they solve someone's problem. Your objective as a YouTube channel is to be the best person to solve someone's problem. So tip number 1 is a surprising one. Remember how I told you to subscribe to all of your competitor channels so that you virtue signal to YouTube what your interest is and therefore kind of help it understand who you are? Now you're going to look at your competitors' channels. What you're looking for is their top performing video in the last year. I need you to take note of what that video is, what their thumbnail is like, what the title is like, what the subject is, because the audiences of your competitors are the same audience that you're going to be competing for. And when you take the idea of what that video is, do not take it wholesale. That's called stealing. Just take the idea and then script out your original thoughts of what the answer for that would be. Then it's actually your value that you are bringing to the video. And the reason this is important is because you are tapping into a subject that other people are interested in. And if you can bring a new perspective to this exact subject, it's going to give you a leg up. Tip number 2, let Google guide the way. We all know that YouTube is owned by Google and Google loves itself. So let's play into that ego a little bit. We're going to go to somewhere called Google Trends. If I want to search for, say, haunted houses, Utah, this sounds like something that would clearly be seasonal, and I hit explore. This is going to tell me the past day. I don't think the past day is going to give us enough information. Let's say the last 12 months. Boom, there we go. Okay, this is telling me that around the second week of September, people are going to start hitting up this phrase. So if I am preparing content for haunted houses, Utah, I should probably be filming it back here so that I have it ready for launch to hit this wave of natural online searches. Haunted houses, Utah. Cool, I've got some places here. Fear Factory. That is surprising. There are no YouTube videos. Maybe there's an opportunity here I'm missing. Let's say Fear Factory, Utah. Let's go very specific. And now we're getting some YouTube suggested stuff. Because of the phrase Fear Factory, Utah, it's part of this SEO search. SEO being search engine optimization. When you're coming into here, Haunted Houses Utah is going to pick up some draft. And based on that search that we just did, there really aren't any specific best haunted houses Utah videos out there. At least any that are ranking hard enough. I bet if I went to YouTube Direct, we could find something. Haunted places, 10 most haunted places. Oh yeah, there's an opportunity here, it seems like, because best haunted houses Utah apparently is not even a thing. All right. Well, good to know. Here's the other interesting thing about there is no content too small, is that you could be solving a problem for someone without realizing that you're doing so. Hang on a second. Okay, This is my Panasonic Digicam NVDS5. I was feeling super nostalgic. I had asked a friend who was going to Japan to pick me up an old school camcorder that took DV tapes. The problem is I asked them to pick it up in Japan, and I don't read kanji. I found a gentleman who had an American version of this camera who did a full review. He solved a problem for me without understanding that he was solving a problem for me, because he did a full review of every single button of this 20-year-old camera. People often do type in what their problems are into Google search. So if you put yourself into the perspective shoes of sitting down and Googling something, what would that look like? How would you phrase it? Put that into Google Trends and see where that pops up as a subject. Ask your audience. Remember how I said that your competitor channels have the same audience that you are shooting for? Engage on their channels. Start a text thread to say, hey, I've been interested in this subject, and ask the creator or ask other people in their comments their thoughts around this idea. Now, don't spam people's channels. Don't be dumb about it. If you have prior email lists from your business, you could ask them there too. This is a subject. What do you vote for? If you're completely starting from zero, engage on someone else's channel, ask the audiences around there, or ask the creators of those channels what they think of those subjects. Because then you can get some feedback around whether it is or is not a good idea. Maybe you've hit publish on 5 to 10 videos and you're just barely starting to get views, ask your audience there too. Like, ask who has come to the table with you. I've got tip number 4, but it's coming with a heavy warning because I think people are too like la-di-da about this. Use AI. Now that I've said use AI, I'm going to be very specific on how I advise you to use this tool because I think it's got flaws. I think it's also a great way to get yourself painted into an uncreative corner. It will mirror back the creativity that you put into it. Look for ways of having a conversation with AI over just giving a single prompt and be like, done, because there's no such thing. Let's even try it now. Chat GPT, when you have garbage in, garbage out of, you're a professional YouTube script writer. Give me a script about why dolphins are cool. And then it gave me this really sad 4-paragraph explanation of like, dolphins are neat. When you use ChatGPT to gather ideas, think of it more like a conversation that you're having with an intern who knows nothing about you. Explain yourself, I think, is a good way of doing it. New chat. I'm a YouTube channel that helps with small business owners. I almost always end a prompt with the question, do you have questions for me? Because maybe I'm not even really being as clear as I think I am. Like, who are you even talking to? Look, it's already giving me questions. So who is my target audience even? What kind of content do I normally produce? What's my goal for the video? So it's asking some fairly good questions, and then you just drill down deeper into those subjects. That is the best way that I could use AI. Or if I have an idea, pretty fleshed out. Can I give you my script and have you critique it? Here's a dangerous thing. This is the script for this video. Let's see how much it hates or likes it. I think ChatGPT is really funny in how polite they are. Like, you're doing so good. They're asking me to punch up the hook a little, polish the channel intro, clarify the comparison section. Some dead giveaways that your script was entirely comprised of ChatGPT has to do with the double dash and emojis. And there's no creativity, that's you. That's why I want to be so careful when I say use AI, is because do not lose who you are in the content. AI is an amalgamation of everybody else's creativity. Use your own. Look, I know I got some strong opinions around it, but AI is a tool. Use it as such. Here's my tip number 5. Use your YouTube dashboard. There is a lot of information that goes on onto a YouTube dashboard, and you're not going to have a dashboard until you get like a certain number of views and a certain number of videos up for it to even aggregate that data into a presentable way. So you are going to have to publish a number of videos to get focus and direction, but that is a good way to understand what your audience is searching for, is what is actually responding to you. Because it's not even about the subject itself, it's how are you putting your videos together to make it relatable? Are you creating a hook that explains what they're going to get out of the video? Is the sound quality pretty bad and they decided to, skip on to something else? The platform itself is video, but half of the experience is audio. So when you're looking at equipment that you want to upgrade first, whether it's a camera or it's a mic. But when you're looking at your YouTube dashboard, I'll even pull up mine. Like, let's get crazy. We're not hiding anything here. I'm going to pull up mine from my old YouTube channel, Coppershock. We're already on Coppershock, so YouTube Studio. And it's like neat. You have 652 subs. Oop, I did not mean to zoom in there. My views are up in the last 28 days, which is a welcome surprise because I have not posted in here for a while. If I go to content, I am able to say, oh, this one did really, really well. Let's take a look at this one. Cool clothes. I can look at what the description was like. I get a close-up look at the thumbnail. And the hard part is like mystic deciphering what to do, because if you hadn't noticed, there is a massive amount of analytics that go into this, and to understand what is successful, what isn't. Those are the tips that I do for myself and that I am putting into practice in Tribe Stack as a channel. So I showed you the content of that dashboard that I had for Coppershock, and that is a channel where I made over 100 YouTube videos. And I had all kinds of crazy lessons, failures, and successes that came from that. And I talk about what all of those pitfalls are over here.